Hey everyone, and welcome back to Drink Wine Make Quilts. This is just a short video on what kind of batting to use in quilts. The batting that you use inside a quilt is actually really based on what you want. To me, there's not a lot of rules when it comes to batting, and it comes in all different forms. When I first started quilting, someone told me of an idea that I clung onto for a very long time, and that was instead of using batting, to use fleece in your quilts. There are some benefits behind it. When you go to look at fleece, it comes in all different colors and it comes in different styles. And so it gives you the opportunity to have fun with the inside of a quilt or not put a backing on a quilt because you're just going to use the fleece. If you're doing a baby quilt, which I do a lot on the back of my baby quilts, I don't go and buy batting and a back piece of fabric. I just use fleece. And since it comes in so many different sizes, it's great. Also, fleece is generally on sale at the big box places like Joann's, and so you can get it for pretty damn cheap. And so it's a good option. Downsides to using fleece is if you're tying a quilt, it's hard to pull the yarn like with the needle through the fleece. It can make it a little bit more challenging. There have been times when I tied quilts using fleece, and the type of fleece that I was using, it was actually damn near impossible. So that's a downside to it. Another option for batting is they have pre-filled bags already ready to go. On the bag itself, it will say the size of the batting that's inside of it. I've done this before for a couple of quilts. So really nice if you know that you have just a little bit smaller than a twin size or just a little bit smaller than whatever size it's saying on the bag, or the same size. It makes it really easy because it's already ready to go. You don't have to kind of patchwork your way through it, which sometimes you have to do with batting. So if you're wanting to go the more traditional route and you just want to get batting that's out there, like in my closet right there, I have a big roll of batting in there that I bought 10 yards of, maybe 20. I can't remember how many yards of it I bought. And just had it delivered to my house, and so that I always have it. Also, if you're maybe looking to do something smaller, you're looking at different batting. Traditional batting is 100% a great way to go. There are lots of options at the fabric store. There are different thicknesses, different styles. Depending on how thick it is, it might be really thick and dense, it might be thick and thin. It's just really what you're looking for. Just know that the thicker the batting that you put in your quilt, the harder it will be to tie the quilt because you have to pull that yarn through two pieces of fabric plus the batting that's in the middle. And so if you have a really thick piece of fleece, like I mentioned before, it's really hard. Batting in general is going to be easier to get your needle through. However, the thicker the batting, the harder it will be to pull through your needle. So it really is up to you, the kind of quilting that you're doing and what you're doing the quilt for. Do you want it for your winter cabin? Then you're going to have to go with a thicker batting. Is it for a child? Maybe you want something thinner. It really it just depends. So like I said, I have a big roll of batting that I use, and I just got a really traditional size. As you can see here, I'm trying to pull it up. It's not terribly thick, but it's not terribly thin. You can't see through it, which I like because I like it to be a little bit thicker and a little bit more dense. And so that's what I'm looking for. You can find the ones that are a little bit of the less dense, and so you can kind of see through them. It's going to be a thinner, not as warm blanket. But this is what I like. I like something that's going to be a little bit warm that you can cuddle up with, hot chocolate, a cup of coffee, some soup on a cold day. That's the type of quilt that I'm always looking for. And if I'm not using this, like I said, I'm using fleece. That's what I use for quilt batting. And as you hear, it's really just what you're looking for, which is maybe not the best answer to give. But if you have any questions about batting, make sure to drop comments below and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future projects that we have going here at Drink Wine Make Quilts.